Hey, Ulysses, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm actually in New York right now because I had to come up here to handle some stuff with my place here. So I'm currently on in Harlem.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I hope your travel was good and that you're safe
yeah,
and everything's good. So
yeah. The city's so different, man. Everything's closed.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So,
But anyway, yeah.
anyways, basically, of course, we're broadcasting your concert, like your final event of the residency on Friday at 7:30. It's a
Okay.
ticket event, so I hope that you'll tell all your friends that people should
Yeah,
go
yeah. I'm gonna
to
put it out there starting tomorrow.
Yeah, so people should go to timucua.com/events to buy their tickets.
Great.
Um, and then, I want to know about to hear about like your feeling, what you took from the residency experience. Like, how did you like it? And
Well, man, it was amazing actually. I really loved. There's a couple things that really stuck out to me. One was having the chance to really develop some material and to work with an artist over the scope of like a couple of days. I'm sorry, man. This waiting on this car to pass. It's so loud out here. But anyway, I hope you can still hear it.
yeah,
But
absolutely, sounds good.
okay, cool. But anyway, yeah, I think what was so amazing was the ability to just work with an artist on like a focused project because I think so many times we as musicians we're kind of stuck like having to just do a gig and like be done, you know. Where in this gave me a chance to like work with Daphne and like kind of work through ideas. Like the one thing that I loved the most was when you actually told us to sit down and like record our process, of putting everything together. Cause I kind of thought we were gonna like do that kind of behind closed doors and then like show the audience the finished product. So I kind of like the idea of like letting them in, to really see what happens. And I'd like to actually do that more, like in a larger scale, but like maybe a bigger band or, just let people in so then they could see sort of the process and how we arrive to the thing that they really fall in love with.
We're going to create events and stuff for people to witness that. And I'm actually going to eventually air the rehearsal as well, which was very long.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I know.
just because it's not I know that it's not a mass appeal kind of thing where people are going to sit through like 3 hours of or whatever it is, 2.5 hours of rehearsal. But I think that some people might be very interested. Say, oh man, like this is this is what happens when
Right,
before the concert. Like so,
right.
what the talk that you had with so basically just to set it up, you had your laptop in front of you, and it's just you and Daphne, and you're just talking, and you got to know each other as people as well as artists a little bit, like because you're telling, oh, I like that and I like that, and that's what and that was an important part of the process too, because before we
Absolutely.
decide what we're going to do, like you have to get to know each other. and
Absolutely.
and then of course sometimes you played a few things that you had, like I thought we could base, like this could be the tune, of course it's going to be
Right.
live, it's going to be different, but and then oh yeah, and then she would read over it a little bit, and okay, that is going to work. Obviously you had thought of this stuff before, so
Right.
you were not unprepared, but
Right.
but it differs from the rehearsal in that the rehearsal is like getting down to business on a closer and more like microscopic level, and so you see the whole thing, and it was very, very interesting to me, first of all because it was so different from the first residency we had. And
Oh, really?
yeah, I was expecting that, because the first residency was about a Korean soprano and a
Oh,
Korean bass. It
wow.
was Korean culture, so the culture is different, but also like, and like she's a more a classical musician, so of course the content was different, and then the process was also different because they work things out a lot more ahead of time.
Right.
So it was a little bit different, but it was very, very interesting as well. Like it was fascinating because like, we actually made it coincide with the Korean Liberation Day, so like their Independence Day,
Wow.
and so we learned a lot about the history and all of that stuff. It was very, very interesting. But yours on an artistic level, of course, just being like, I mean, your trio and Daphne. So you, when I say you, like I include your trio in it. It's like,
Right.
but it was like basically, but Daphne is a little bit different of an artist in the sense that
Right.
like she plays ukulele, she sings her songs, she
Right.
writes her own
Right.
lyrics, she does covers too, and then she writes poetry. She also paints. So it was like a, you know, you had a little bit of like a cornucopia of choice,
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah, a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
you know,
and
so
that's why I chose her. That's really why
yeah,
I chose her.
yeah, it was a
You know,
very good choice. I'm very happy that you enjoyed yourself, and I hope that it will maybe spur you to maybe on your own, like start these kind of more interdisciplinary collaborating projects, because what comes out at the end is so interesting and different, and hopefully in the long run very beneficial for everyone involved. Like, you know,
well, yeah, well, I agree. I mean, you know, it's funny. Songs of Freedom was kind of the last project that I had really done that was collaborative. But again, to your point, I think like with the Korean artist, it was all kind of songs, just putting songs together. And so I think with Daphne, it was really great because it forced me to really kind of like tap into another medium. Also, Daphne is, you know, she's an artist. So it wasn't just, okay, let's pick some songs. It was more of, okay, how do these songs match her intent? And then as you saw, the poetry was very deep for her. You know, these were like personal experiences. So I had to really make sure I referenced them in a certain way. So it really got me out of like the jazz way of being, and more into like really curating and creating music to go with like these deep feelings and words that she had created. So you're right. I love the process.
you're basically like we're writing a score. Like,
Exactly. Absolutely.
it was basically,
Absolutely.
it was very interesting, and I thought that her performance, it was also very interesting to see her reaction to the music, because
Right. Right.
you know, like Watermelon Melon Man, she didn't, you know, it affected her rhythm in her delivery.
Right.
The
Absolutely.
poem, of course,
Absolutely.
look, you chose the music appropriately, so it worked, you know, to begin with. But on top of it, you could tell that she would not have read her poem the same way had she not been, you know, surrounded with the music of the trio, so or the
Absolutely.
quartet at this point. So
Yeah.
I thought it was very interesting that both of you like got something out of it. It felt like, you know.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was really great. And to your point, you know, I'm always my manager has to keep me focused because I'm always wanting to create different projects. But I definitely walked away being like, man, I would love to actually record this. You know, like take it into the studio and actually like take the band in and like and actually document her, you know, like reading and us playing, and then like, you know, really put it together on like a sonic level, you know, like producing wise. You know, I think it would be a really cool project, you know. So
Absolutely.
anyway, yeah, I loved it. So you're right. It definitely made me want to do more. So,
Excellent, excellent. Well, I'm so happy. Well, I hope that you get to see the concert footage, and that you'll invite as many of your friends as
I
possible
definitely will.
to buy tickets for this. So timucua.com/events is where you should go. It's
Great.
playing, that the final event is ticketed, and it's playing on Friday evening at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And the rest of the content that's going to come out on Wednesdays, that is free and available to all. And just look for it on our website, and you'll see it. So thank you so much for doing
Perfect.
this.
Thank you, Benoit. Thanks for taking care of us too, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right,
See you
brother.
soon.
All right, you take care. All right,
Ciao.
peace.